Om Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sachidanandarupaya Vishwotpatyadihetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayam Namaha. Om Dharma Projhita Kaitavotra Paramo Nirmatsaranam Satam Vedyam Vastavamatra Vastu Shivadam Tavatrayon Srimad Bhagavate Mahamunikrute Kimva Parairishvaraha Sadyo Hrudyavarudyate Trakrutivihi Sushrushuvistakshanat Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayed. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Yonta Pravishya Mama Vachamimam Prasuptam Sanjivayatyakhila Shakti Dharaswadhamna Anyansha Hastacharana Shravanatvagadena Pranana Namo Bhagavate Purushaya Tubhyam Samasta Devatabhyo Rishibhyo Munibhyo Gurubhyo Namaha. Srimad Bhagavata Mahapurana Acharyebhyo Namaha. Parabrahmane Mahavishnave Brahmane Sanakadi Munibhyo Naradaya Veda Vyasaya Shukabramashye Suta Mahamunaye Shaunakadi Rishibhyo Triadi Rishibhyo Prahaladadi Bhaktajanebhyo Adityadi Navagraha Devatabhyo Shri Dattatreya Dakshinamurti Hayagrivadi Gurubhyo Namaha. Mata Pitru Devatabhyo Namaha. Asmad Gurubhyo Namaha. Adya Shankaracharya Varyadi Gurubhyo Namaha. We are not postponing our sadhana to be before the class or after the class. For us, before the class, after the class, anyway we do sadhana. But more importantly, for us, the sadhana is during the class itself, where in that 1 hour's time, we remember or recognize the grace, kripa of the Gurus and the God and extend our gratitudes to them, and we recognize the opportunities given by them, and we recognize the urgency of using that opportunity in the class itself fully, and truly we use the opportunity. How do we use the opportunity? This 1 hour where we are in the class, at that time itself, all the sadhanas of right from sitting properly up to the final stage of even entering into meditation, while listening to the theme of the chapter, we will do our best. So in that every shloka chanting we do seriously, sincerely, ardently. Then whatever is discussed here regarding the meaning of each of the shloka, that also very attentively we try to listen to the best of our abilities. At that very time itself, we are trying to grasp the meaning that is given. And then, in that meaning, if some sadhanas are to be done at that very moment, the contemplations or strong convictions or some changing of our notions, attitudes, at that very moment in the class only, in the presence of all the Mahatmas and Gurus and the avatars of God, we do. Any of the sadhanas like the Upasanas we are studying now, which are done after the class. After the class, we commit before leaving the class itself to do them sincerely. In this way, in everyday's class itself, when we add to our sadhana, in due course of time, we can see our inner antakarana changes from the worldliness to spirituality. Our antakarana starts becoming so purified. We can also see the divinity manifesting in that, along with the even glimpses of Bhagavan's Rupa we are able to meditate on, Bhagavan's Gunas we are able to recognize, Bhagavan's Shaktis we are able to acknowledge, and Bhagavan's Swarupa we start apprehending slowly. So, to do all these things, we are sitting every day in the class, morning as well as afternoon as well as evening. By recognizing this, when we are attentive, we are doing a greatest help to ourselves. As a part of it, every day after the initial prayer shlokas, we are doing the chanting of Bhagavat Mahapuranam, Mukti Skandham, 11th Skandham. Today also we do. Today's chapter is 7th chapter. So we start from shloka 1 up to 31. We do today. Remaining we do tomorrow. After that, we continue where we stopped yesterday, our discussion of the 27th chapter of the same Skandha, where Bhagavan is giving the concluding guidance regarding the Kriya Yoga, regarding the Vaidika Tantra Upasanas and the Mishra Upasanas. And once we become familiar with all this, with repeated listening and contemplation, then we will find time, we should find time to engage in doing those sadhanas practically to help ourselves. Anything which inspires us in this regard is correct. Anything from within or without which demoralizes us from this path is not correct. So, throughout our day and life, we have to guard ourselves, protect ourselves from the demoralizing, misguiding sources, and we always have to by choice expose ourselves to those sources which inspire us, which keep us on the track, which encourage us, which guide us, who cherish us when we are growing spiritually. In this way, we every moment dynamically, when we are conscious, we can know what to do, we do what we know, and we see what we have to reach out to. In this way, let us all, by the grace of gurus and God, put our due efforts, and by their grace definitely see the progress that is happening. Thus, may we become the inspiration to others. That is His choice. But may our sadhana become inspiration to ourselves every day. With these words, let us do the chanting of Saptama Adhyay. From here, actually, the Krishna Uddhava Samvada starts. So, before this, the Yadukula Shapa, the Brahma, the Devatas coming, telling Lord Krishna to come back. He says everybody eliminated, but these Yadavas are very big in number. If they are not eliminated, they will create havoc. इनको भी finish करके मैं आता हूँ. Anyway, the Shapa has already come to them from the Rishi Muni. In the meantime, listening to this, Uddhava says, how can you leave me and go? Oh Lord, take me with you. An answer to this is Bhagavan now teaches the entire Jnanam to be independent, to stay, and to do all the sadhana to be done, by which we recognize the Lord in our heart permanently, so that we don't miss Him in any way. And one of the most beautiful chapters, entire theme itself is so beautiful in this entire skandha, we are already seeing every day. Now do it. Om Sri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha. Srimad Bhagavata Mahapuranam Ekadasha Skandha Muktirhitva Rovam Sarupena Vyavastitihi. Om Parayanam Atha Saptamodhyayah. Shri Bhagavanuvach Yada Yathattamam Mahabhaga Tachikirshitameva me Brahma Bhavo Lokapalaha Sarvasam me Bhikankshinah Maya Nishpaditam hi atra Devakaryam Asheshadaha Yadartham Avatirnoham Amshena Brahmanarthitaha Kulam Vaishapanirdagdham Nangshyantyanyonya Vigrahat Samudraha Saptame Hnietam Purim Chaplavayishyate Yarhyevayam Maya Tyaktaha Lokoyam Nashtamangalaha Bhavishyati Achirat Sadho Kalinapi Nirakrudaha Navastavyam Tvayaimeha Maya Tyakte Mahitale Jano Adharma Ruchihi Ruchir Bhadra Bhavishyati Kalau Yuge Tvam tu Sarvam Parityajya Sneham Swajana Bandhusho Mayameshya Manaha Samyako Samadruk Vicharaswagama Yadidam Manasa Vacha Chakshurabhyam Shravanadibhi Nashwaram Gruhyamanancha Vidhi Maya Manomayam Pumso Yuktasya Nanartha Brahma Saguna Dosha Bhaka Karma Karma Vikarmeti Gunadosha Dhiyobhida Tasmad Yuktendriya Gramaha Yukta Chitta Idam Jagato Atmani Ikshasvedadam Atmanam Mayadheshware Jnana Vijnana Samyuktaha Atma Bhuta Sharirinam आत्मानुभवतुष्टात्मा नान्तरायैर्विहन्यसे दोषबुद्ध्यो भयातीतः निषेधान्न निवर्तते गुणबुद्ध्या च विहितं न करोति यथार्भकः सर्वभूतसुहृत् शान्तः ज्ञानविज्ञाननिश्चयः पश्यन्मदात्मकं विश्वं न विपद्येत वै पुनः। श्रीशुक उवाच इत्यादिष्टो भगवता महाभागवतो नृप उद्धवः प्रणिपत्याह तत्त्वजिज्ञासुरच्युतम्। उद्धव उवाच योगेश योगविन्यास योगात्मन् योगसम्भव निःश्रेयसाय मे प्रोक्तः त्यागः सन्न्यासलक्षणः त्यागोऽयं दुष्करो भूमन् कामानां विषयात्मभिः सुतरां त्वयि सर्वात्मन् अभक्तैरिति मे मतिः सोऽहं ममाहमिति मूढमतिर्विगाढः त्वन्मायया विरचितात्मनि सानुबन्धे तत्त्वञ्जसा निगदितं भवता यथाहं संसाधयामि भगवन् अनुशाधिभृत्यं सत्यस्य ते स्वदृश आत्मनः आत्मनोऽन्यं वक्तारमीश विबुधेष्वपि नानुचक्षे सर्वे विमोहितधियस्तव मायये मे ब्रह्मादयस्तनुभृतो बहिरर्थभावाः तस्माद् भवन्तमनवद्यमनन्तपारं सर्वज्ञमीश्वरमकुण्ठविकुण्ठधिष्ण्यं निर्विण्णधीरहमुहवृदिनाभितप्तः नारायणं नरसखं शरणं प्रपद्ये। श्रीभगवानुवाच प्रायेण मनुजा लोके लोकतत्त्वविचक्षणाः समुद्धरन्ति ह्यात्मानम् आत्मनैवाशुभाषयात् आत्मनो गुरुरात्मैव पुरुषस्य विशेषतः यत्प्रत्यक्षानुमानाभ्यां श्रेयोसावनुविन्दते पुरुषत्वे च मां धीराः साङ्ख्ययोगविशारदाः आविस्तरां प्रपश्यन्ति सर्वशक्त्युपबृंहितम् एकद्वित्रिचतुष्पादः बहुपादस्तथा पदः बह्व्यः सन्ति पुरः सृष्टाः तासां मे पौरुषी प्रिया अत्र मां मार्गयन्त्यद्धा युक्ता हेतुभिरीश्वरं गृह्यमाणैर्गुणैर्लिङ्गैः अग्राह्यमनुमानतः अत्राप्युदाहरन्तीमम् इतिहासं पुरातनम् अवधूतस्य संवादं यदोरमिततेजसः अवधूतं द्विजं कञ्चित् चरन्तमकुतो भयं कविं निरीक्ष्य तरुणं यदुपप्रच्छ धर्मविद यदुर्वाच कुतो बुद्धिरियं ब्रह्मन् अकर्तुः सुविशारदा यामासाद्य भवान् लोके विद्वानश्चरति बालवतो प्रायो धर्मार्थकामेषु विवित्सायां च मानवाः ये तु नेह समीहन्ते आयुषो यशसः श्रियः त्वन्तु कल्पः कविर्दक्षः सुभगो अमृतभाषणः न कर्ता नेहसे किञ्चितो जडोन्मत्तपिशाचवतो जनेषु दह्यमानेषु कामलोभदवाग्निना न तप्यसेऽग्निना मुक्तः गङ्गाम्भस्थ इव द्विपः त्वं हि नः पृच्छतां ब्रह्मन् आत्मन्यानन्दकारणं ब्रूहि स्पर्शविहीनस्य भवतः केवलात्मनः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। What a beautiful thing. From here we will see the chanting of Bhagavan Dattatreya giving the list of the 24 gurus and what lessons he has learned from them to this Yaduraja. Om Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama Shri Bhagavata Sharanam Mama Shri Sadguru Sharanam Mama Shri Suta Sharanam Mama Shri Shukadeva Sharanam Mama Shri Vyasa Sharanam Mama Shri Narada Sharanam Mama Shri Kumara Sharanam Mama Shri Brahma Sharanam Mama Shri Vishnu Sharanam Mama Shri Parabrahma Sharanam Mama Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama Sharanam Mama Sharanam Mama Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव ॐ मुखं करोति वाचालं भङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं स्वर्गे सत्ये च कैलासे वैकुण्ठे नास्त्ययं रसः अदापि बन्धु सद्भाग्याः मामामुञ्चदकर्हिजद ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ श्रीकृष्णपरब्रह्मणे नमः श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणम् एकादशस्कन्धः मुक्तिर्हित्वान्यथा रूपं स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितः अथ सप्तविंशोऽध्यायः श्रीभगवानुवाच Salutations to the Lord in all forms, the Lord in all avatars of Bhagavatam, to all the gurus, all the rishis, munis, all the bhaktas all over the world. Three things. One, unless we spend this way 10-12 minutes in our prayers, ardent prayers to the God, our agitated mind, our disturbed mind, our restless mind, our extroverted mind, our mind which takes even the Guru for granted, our mind which seeks all the results without doing anything, all those nonsense cannot be stopped. And unless all that nonsense is stopped and mind is brought to concentration, mind is brought to attentiveness, ego is brought to the level of surrender, and buddhi is brought to absolute alertness to listen what is taught. Unless all these are done, we can never be benefited by our satsangas. Okay, and the regular satsangas when we attend, this is what we have to develop in ourselves. One. Second point is what? When we are listening to satsanga, whatever the sadhanas that are told, especially like this, about the upasanas of both the Vedic method of yajna, tantra method of the Shodashopachara puja, at that time only we should try to register those things in our heart. With little of homework having gone from the class, when you take pen and paper, see the book and remember what is taught to us by Acharya and write down, we get a clarity. Okay, these are the things I have to do. This way I have to do. These are the benefits. By the way, all these Upasana Paddhati, tomorrow we are going to see. Not today. So, this is the second thing we have to do. Third one of the very important things. Many of you do it. Still, let me remind any of the sadhanas which we see as important while listening in the class, which we like and which we think that we need to do, those sadhanas, while listening only, with the alertness of the mind, we should make a sankalpa in our heart at that very moment. Sadhana will be done later, but sankalpa. So that alertness again to understand the importance and need and necessity of this sadhana which Guru is telling us. To know it and immediately saying to myself, मुझे ये करना है, मुझे ये साधना अवश्य करना है. चाहे वो साधना में कुछ छोड़ने वाली बात हो या कुछ हाथ में लेकर करने वाली बात हो, this thought, like when you go to a market, supermarket, when you see all the things, we don't buy, but in the mind you make a sankalp. ये चाहिए वो चाहिए, then unnecessarily or unfortunately that becomes a desire. 2 times 3 times when you come to that supermarket or see the ad in the TV or somewhere or discuss with somebody, then that first impression, second, third, fourth, it becomes a desire. Then you go particularly to buy that, whether it is required or not. This technique of the mind binding us to the world by repeated attention, we have to utilize it for our sadhana. Do we do that? Observe. Some of us do it, but everybody can do. Every time we can do. Is it not like what we chanted now? To Uddhavji, Bhagavan gave such a solid instructions of sadhana. Beautiful it is. Now, if I go back into that, it will be exhaustive thing. This we already studied around 9-8 months back. Go today is almost 310th or 13th talk. 1 year we are studying this 11th skandha. 9 months back we studied that 7th chapter. Go back and listen if you want. So, but I must remember, I must do sankalpa at that very moment. Again, when we listen it second time, Arey, I must do. What happens is this thought goes into our subconscious mind, and then when it becomes like a snowball effect, stronger and stronger, then that itself becomes a beautiful willingness in the heart to do those sadhanas. Like in my case, I might have done this sankalpa for many lives. Okay, regularly I must study Shastra and teach Shastra. See, Bhagavan has made this possible in this life, though he is keeping busy otherwise also. Otherwise, in this life, if I say these many classes I must do, ऐसा कोई conscious संकल्प नहीं है. नहीं हुआ तो कैसा होगा फिर? कभी क्या होगा? So too you all people might have had some time. It may not have this life, in some other life. कहीं भी क्या होगा कि भागवत सुनना, रामायण सुनना, लगातार सुनना. नहीं तो नहीं होगा. Just like that, it won't happen. Okay, the Guru Kripa, Ishvara Kripa always there, but that is always in line with our sankalpa. Our sankalpas, our प्रारब्ध, गुरु कृपा, ईश्वर कृपा सब मिलकर सब होता है. खासकर ऐसी चीजें. So even some prayer we might have done, or a vague thought we might have had, listening somewhere satsang going on, and I'm so busy, I must get a chance to listen. So that brought us to this level. So these three things, very alert in the class. One is through prayers, bring our mind to focus. Second, while listening only, be alert, have that memory power, develop it through prayers to Mata Saraswati or Meda Devi to note down what sadhanas to be done. Third, what steps, etc. Third one, at the time of listening only, make a sankalpa. That would be better. If that sankalpa is not done, a listening has happened, that also becomes an impression. One day it may also help us, definitely. But to that, Sonepe Suhaga, if you add this sankalpa also, like I do this sankalpa, whatever I am teaching, these people are studying together, let me do meditation on this. Let me go deep into my own heart. Oh Lord, may this opportunity come to me soon. See, this sankalpa when I do daily, one day he will give me that inner opportunity. Then I go for it. Like that. In this way, every class, if we can make maximum benefit out of it, then it all shows our simplicity, our sincerity, our seriousness, which first of all gives joy only to us. Thereafter, seeing such disciples or the bhaktas, Bhagavan and Guru also is extremely happy. Then they start giving us importance, priority. We can see their presence in our life more and more vividly as the time passes by. One day we will see that they are fully protecting us from all directions. Right now, that is not there. We feel like we are left alone. It's not left alone. They're already taking care from far off distance because that much only is our sincerity or calling them. When we show our sincerity this way and call for their help regularly, we can see them all around us protecting us. Like in that Rama Stotram, don't we see that last sloka where it is prayed to Rama and Lakshmana, Hey Bhagavan, aap dono, please be around me, left, right, back, front, with your Dhanurbana, keeping ready to protecting me from inner and outer enemies. That we can see, my God, my Guru is protecting me all direction. अग्रतः पृष्ठतश्चैव पार्श्वतश्च महाबलौ आकर्णपूर्णधन्वानौ रक्षेतां रामलक्ष्मणौ. When we feel that joy, that experience, that they are protecting me, my Guru and my God around, and we don't deliberately come out of that circle, that protection, sadhana happens joyfully, easily, quickly, fruitfully. So thus, may we all in this way already entered to this sadhana. May we make it fruitful day by day, beautiful day by day, wonderful day by day, successful day by day, joyful day by day. First, when we that way go closer to Bhagavan, let the Lord make use of us for his work. O Baat Ki Baat. Having said so, now coming towards the last shlokas of the 27th chapter of 11th skandha, the Mukti skandha, where Bhagavan is giving the concluding guidances, directions, remarks regarding the upasanas to be done for the Lord through the Vedika and Tantra Paddhati. And whether it is meditation, whether it is upasanas, whether it is value oriented life, whether it is duty oriented life, whether it is devotional life, all of them, theory never helped anyone. Thousand theory known, one is not practiced, is useless than a person two known theory, one he practiced. क्लियर? हजार जानते हैं एक भी नहीं किया, कोई फायदा नहीं होता. दो ही चीज हमने जाना, उसमें एक भी हमने प्रैक्टिस की, उस काम को वो फायदा होता है. इन दिस वे let us become matured in helping ourselves. Now, yesterday we saw in that 46th shloka, which we have to pause, which we have to think, which we have to understand, which we have to take it to the heart, we should feel it, and we should actually express it. What is that? Simply I'll say the meaning after chanting shloka. Each of you must feel it. What Bhagavan said? Shiro mat padayoh krutva bahubhyam cha parasparam prapannam pahimam isha bhitam mrutyugraharnamad prapannam pahimam isha bhitam mrutyugraharnamad prapannam pahimam isha Bhitam Mrutyugraharnavad. So all that puja done for that 40 minutes, 1 hour. Then Atma Pradakshina, everything done. Like Dandot, like Lakutaki Nai, like a Danda, fell at the feet of God. Then touched his feet with both hands, left, right. Put your head at his feet. Then do what? Shiro Matpadayoho Krutva, Bahubhyam cha Parasparam, Shiraha Matpadayoho Krutva. Putting that is his feet. Bahubhyam Parasparam with both hands touching the feet. Then feet Prapannam Pahimam Isha Bhitam Mrutyu Graharnavat. Now in this prayer only everything is hidden. If only we can understand and have that deep feeling. Every word is important. First of all, Isha. You are the Ishvara. You are the Ishvara. You can do, you can undo it, you can do it otherwise. This feeling in us about the Ishvara is the meaning of the word Isha. Aap Ishwar ho. Ishvara is Sarva Samartha. Is equal to there is nothing which cannot be done by him. There is nothing which cannot be undone by him. There is nothing which cannot be otherwise done by him. मतलब जो है उसको खत्म करेंगे, जो नहीं है उसको बनाएंगे, जो ऑलरेडी है उसको अल्टर करेंगे. Whether it is my prarabdha, whether it is my sadhana, whether it is my purification, me means as a small jiva and every jiva, सबका सब कुछ करने का शक्ति भगवान में है. ऐसे दृढ़ाति दृढ़ भावना को ईशा कहते हैं. Just for a moment, in throughout our life, how many times we did pranam to Bhagavan in our puja room, in the mandir, etc. How many times this thought came that the Lord is Isha, He is an Ishvara, He is all capable. Consciously we have to have. Most essential that. If that is not there, then our application is not proper there. Remember always, Bhagavan is Tattva-rupa, Bhagavan is all powerful. But only when we recognize Him like that and pray to Him in that way, then only the blessings come from Him. If we don't do it, then very superficial blessings come to us. You are Ishvara. You are Sarva Karta, Sarva Dharta, Sarva Niyanta. This feeling as strongly as we have in us, so matured we are. And for that, what are the logics? The entire universe is running the show. And throughout our Puranas, we have seen how many seemingly impossible things Bhagavan has done. Whether it is in Matsya Avatara, while studying such avatars, any of them, we have to see and understand and accept the Ishwaratva of Bhagavan. In that Pralaya Jaladhi, for the entire period of Pralaya Kala, he has tied that boat to his tail and protected all the beings that are in the boat. How big an action it is. Sarva Samartha hai isliye kiya. Kurmavatara, entire Manthanachalam, till the entire churning is done, he has held it. Is it not Ishwaratva? In Varahavatara, going into waters, bringing the entire globe, eliminating a Hiranyaksha and root. Bolo ye sab Ishwar nahi hai kya? In that Vamana Avatara, how great it is that he just got the 3 feet land on the Dhanam, then he expanded himself to such an infinite stage. In that Narasimha Avatara, Vamana is fifth, Narasimha is fourth. How wonderful that impossible form of half human, half lion. All these avatars tell us only to understand that Bhagavan is Ishvara. Whether it is a monkey management in the Rama Avatara, crossing that huge impossible ocean, killing such a terrible Rakshasas, within the Krishna Avatara, marrying 16,000 women and managing them, whether any of the Avatara, these things we should tell us deeply in the core of our heart that my Lord is Ishvara. He can do anything for anybody. He can do everything for me also. Did it come to us? Then only real prapatti, sharanagati we can do. We can do prapatti, he will give us sharanagati. That is why Ishaha. After that only prapannam. I recognized you are Ishvara. Therefore, where should I go? Why should I go? I cannot even think of any other body to help me. There's nobody also, there's no need also. I recognize in you the Ishvara. Therefore, totally fully, I am surrendering to you to help me. That is called a Prapannam. Feel the meaning of it. Do we feel how many times we did Namaskara and how many times did we feel that Prapatti we have done to that Lord? Totally I am surrendering to you. The Prapatti is like the patient totally given up to the doctor for all the treatments. Did we do that? It's a great feeling it is. Easily समझ में भी नहीं आएगा, थोड़ा टाइम लगता है. You have to listen to some shastras on bhakti, prapatti, sharana, some stories. Keenly observe in those stories how they have surrendered, whether it is Gajendra or the Prahlada or all of that. Then slowly the understanding develops in us. Then we do prapatti. After finding he is the Ishvara, after doing the prapatti to him, then we have to ask him, Pahimam, protect me. Pahi means raksha karo. Pahi, pahi, pahimam. Okay, pahimam is protect me by giving the positive. Trahi means protect me from the negative that is happening. Trahi, trahi, pahi, pahi. So pahimam. Now Bhagavan gives us a test. Okay, I'll do the pahi to you. In what way you want me to do the pahi pahi? By giving me this money, by giving me that other power or this position, or making these people listen to me. So in this way we ask him, laughingly, smilingly, he gives all those. Just he gave laughingly, smilingly to all the Rakshasas. Therefore, after asking Pahi, we also should have the discretion, discrimination, maturity to ask what from him. This is the lesson. And who is teaching us this? Bhagavan Krishna himself. Therefore, it's fully authenticated. What we should ask from Bhagavan, how we have to do puja to invoke his blessings, he only taught us. And what to ask him also. In the beginning, in the Sankalpa, we have done Karmabandha Vimokshanam as well as Nishresa Prapti. Same thing in a different language said here. What is that? Pahimam, protect me from what? Mrityu Arnava. Arnava is Samudra. Samudra, Samsara, Sagara of the Samsara. So Samsara Sagara. And in the Samsara Sagara, like any of the big rivers and oceans, so many crocodiles, whales, seals, aquatic, big living beings are there, which will just gulp us, eat us away. In the same way, along with so many sharks, etc., in this Mrityu Sagara, in the Samsara Sagara, what is the Graha Mrityu? Now pause for a minute here. Not much. I'll not explain too many. One key, how much ever a great person in the world, in his achievements and enjoyments. But the moment the death comes near, everybody gives up. Everybody loses all the hope. Everybody falls down from whatever the level of confidence they have. इसलिए आप देखो जिस व्यक्ति को मृत्युग्रस्त स्थिति आती है कितने दीन होते हुए गिड़गिड़ाते हैं वो लोग ही में भी मल्टी मिलियनर करोड़पति only the one who is spiritual he will say कि I have lived my life fully for spiritual sadhana, accomplished mission. Now I myself am ready to leave this body and take whatever Bhagavan gives, continue to continue my journey. Only such person will tell so. All others are by the thought of death only, they are so much frightened. Then how to conquer it? This is the only way. By praying to God, Bhagavan gives us the both jnanams. One jnanam, as a jiva, you are not dying, you are changing only the body from this to the other. Only to continue your journey. Same people may not be there, but the people will continue to be with you. Like in this life also, from childhood till now, are there anybody, same people with us? Not even parents are there with us. Everybody going on, changing only. Except wife or husband, few children, that's it. क्या चीज हमारे साथ हमेशा है बताओ. Even body is not the same. In childhood what body you had, youth age what body we had, कोई भी हमारे साथ है ही नहीं. हम सोचते हैं कि है, अब छोड़ के सबको जाऊंगा तो क्या होगा. And these are all imaginary worries, confusions coming because of non-thinking. Just start thinking, please. In the power of thinking, in that fire of thinking, all these wrong notions, fears get burnt away. And you have done such a good sadhana here, definitely you will have good company next life. Like you have shown such an interest in listening to these Bhagavatadi in this life, so next life you will get such a wonderful guru who will, while teaching you Vedanta and all, he will see to it that you start flying in the Akash, the levitation and all. When I speak to you, you sleep only. But still you are sincere. That sincerity pays. Is it not? That assurance Bhagavan will give. That is one removal of Mrityu Graha Bhaya. Second is what? Bhagavan gives the knowledge and experience if you allow to him. How can I die? If I am the body, I will die. If I am the Jiva, I am dying. I am the Atma. The Atma never born, never died. Nainam chindante sistrani. Nainam dahati bhavagaha. In my conscious presence of the self, all these upadhis are coming, playing and going. I only was working through them as a Jiva. That Jiva also is Mithya. In reality, I am Satchit Anand. That is never perishable. How can there be Bhaya of the Mrityu? ये वाला बात जब क्लिक हो गया तो वेयर इज द बाय देन as early as if we can do it as early as possible, much before the time of death comes, we live those few years of life as a jivan mukta. And even if not toward the end, the nearing the death, Bhagavan gives at least the intellectual understanding. नहीं है तो डरते डरते मरते मरते एक दिन डरते डरते मर जाएंगे. Like this and many other things you add. I'm not sparing time to explain all that, but the prayer is please protect me from Mrityu Graha Arnava. Mrityu is the death, Graha is the shark or crocodile, Arnava is Samsara. That Samsara ocean in which the Mrityu is the shark, which is one. Do you see that sharks? You can see in the various channels. Animal planet. इतना बड़ा इनका मुख होता है बाबा, इतने इतने बड़े बड़े दांत होते हैं. अच्छा चबा के खाएगा हमको. So too the mrityu will not spare whoever we are. See, don't you see in the last 2-3 years of pandemic corona, so many politicians died, cricket players died, great cinema artists died, even the singers have died, talented people are died. आप देख रहे हो ना, प्रणब मुखर्जी से लेकर के लता मंगेशकर से लेकर के, है ना, जो क्रिकेटर, किसको छोड़ता है बालो मृत्यु? किसी को नहीं. उसका भयंकर दांत होते हैं, कोई बच नहीं सकते. But when we pray this way to the Lord, He will protect us. And what way? By giving us the knowledge that we are that self which has never the birth or death. He will not give us a immortality of the body because He Himself never stayed permanently. When He came as Avatara, Himself gone. Therefore, हम सब ये नोशन हमेशा निकाल देना कि शरीर के दृष्टि से, शरीर के रूप में हमें लगातार हजारों साल रहना. हो सकता है in future when the yoga science come integrated and develop, some sciences by some processes of either cloning or going into the genes or the cell micro cells of the body making a science can be recognized where body can stay for a long time. Same Deha. 100 years, 200 years, 500, 1000, 10,000. But क्या फायदा? 10,000 years भी रहो देह में, but you are living only as I am Deha only. Instead of that, Aham Brahmas. So the whole thought is, having done all the puja, falling at his feet, saying, "You are Isha, I recognized it, therefore I am Prapanna to you, and I am asking you to pahi me," and that pahi is from Mrityugraha Arunava. This is the best of the, in this desire, everything is added. The Vidya is given by removing the Avidya is given to remove Avidya, all the vasanas go away, all the, obligations, all the runa, everything Bhavan clears in this one asking. So ask it this way. So Prapannam pahi mamesha bhetam mrityugraharnavat. Prapannam pahi mamesha bhetam mrityugraharnavat. Right now only let us do pray that prayer. हाथ जोड़ो सब लोग, कहो प्रपन्नम पाहि माम ईश भीतम मृत्युग्रहार्णवाद. प्रपन्नं पाहि मामीश भीतं 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 मृत्युग्रहार्णवाद. Every day this prayer should be done at the end of puja while doing that pranams. Okay, this is the best. Any other desire he will fulfill, but all of them again will pull us down to the jiva bhava. वो थोड़ा वो समझ लेना हमको, हर एक डिजायर फुलफिल होएगा, बट यू कैन हैव टू कम बैक एज द जीव. यू वांट टू डू इट. See, you can do prayer in a compromised manner between both. Like, ask for pota tota and everybody's welfare, but don't ask for your own freedom from mrityu. It is 100% wrong. Only ask for freedom from mrityu graha for yourself. You may not feel happy. Then what? Do both. Hey Bhagavan, see to it that all my children, grandchildren also are happy, but I am not caught up in them. If this is not asked, then he will see to it that the children, grandchildren are taken care. But to ensure that Bhagavan blessed you or not, you will have to be there staying as grandfather, not as a sadhaka or brahmagyani. फंस जाओगे फिर. Like I pray, oh Lord, all these people with good audience, continue listening, learn more and more. But I need not be permanent speaker to them. Anybody can let them listen. I should not be bound by them. My liberation is important to me. Otherwise, when I pray for you, yeah, you become a Shrota, but I have to become Vakta to you. If at all I pray, don't worry, I'm not praying. Why should I pray for you? It is your choice if you want to do. In general, we do. Loka samasta satsanginaha bhavantu. Loka samasta jnanavantaha bhavantu. In general, we pray. Particularly one or two of you, when you feel like tuning, then we pray for them. Otherwise, we don't worry. No guru involves in any individual prarabdha unless that individual fully surrenders and to the extent surrendered. You stop your surrender today, you will not be prayed for. Day yesterday prayed, छोड़ दिया. वो लोग फंसते नहीं फंसाते नहीं. Never mind about that, by the way. But the main thought is प्रपन्नम पाहि मामेशा वेदम मृत्युग्रहार्णवान्. हो गया. Such a beautiful thought it is. Done? Don't you feel that? शिरोमत्पादयोः कृत्वा बाहुभ्यां च परस्परं प्रपन्नं पाहि माम् ईशा भीतं मृत्युग्रहाणात्. Now, this is such a support to those people who think they can't study Vedanta, they can't understand deep shastras, they cannot contemplate or meditate. Never mind, ये तो कर सकते हो ना? Is it not? But this entire prayer with all sincerity can be done only when you yourself do the upasanas that are told. If upasanas are not done by you, somebody did and you went and did pranam, that time also you can do. That also it will be effective, but not as much as you do puja. Because when you do puja, you deserve it. No, भगवान पूछेंगे नहीं तो प्रणाम तो कर रहा हूँ, तूने पूजा की ही नहीं मेरे लिए. Why should we give that chance to God? On the other hand, God should feel, अरे अवश्य पुत्र भक्त अवश्य मैं तुमको मृत्यु संसार सागर से रक्षा करूंगा क्योंकि तुमने मेरा पूजा किया. Not the other way around. Like I should feel from you. Arey, why should I not take care of you? Because you are so wonderfully tuned to me. Is it? If you don't tune, what can I do? No guru can do. So too, when you do upasana, we have the authority, right? Bhagavan also becomes obliged. He will do it for us. If you don't do upasana, do namaskar, लाइन में खड़े जो तू पूजा नहीं किया ना जिस जिसने किया पहले उन सबको पहले देकर आखिर में उनको कुछ बचा है तो इज इट नॉट जस्ट फॉर अ सेक ऑफ आवर अंडरस्टैंडिंग डू उपासना एंड enjoy and all of you have done and you all know many things and you have done in the world such a big tasks sitting in front of Lord for half an hour and doing the Diyavati is never difficult for you. Only your lower mind always thinks मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ मेरे से नहीं होता. पूरा दुनिया को हिला के रख दिया आप लोगों ने ये दिया को जला के नहीं रख सकते हो. That a type of negative soft ego, is it not? Negative because don't want to do, soft ego because don't want to listen also. Then all justification इतना बड़ा हो गया जी मैं बैठ नहीं सकता हूँ कुर्सी पे बैठ कर करो. When you do it you will know the joy of it. कल से ही शुरू करो आज से ही शुरू करो परसों से रक्षाबंधन. Clear? We have seen this sloka to some extent to give us some joy of the meaning of it. Now the next one, iti, in this way, having prayed, shesham maya dattam. Take that shesha, the pushpa or akshata or tulasi dalam, whatever is that way you have used for puja, take it as maya dattam. This is another important thing. That thing, though pujari is giving or you are doing puja, so you yourself take it. Say, see to it that Bhagavan ne hi diya. So through that pushpa, Bhagavan has blessed us. ऐसा feeling हमको develop करना है. Now the point is what, whether we do prayer or not, Bhagavan only is taking care of us. When you do the upasanas and all, he'll take much care. That we have to accept. Acceptance is done by this practice. That while taking that prasadam, whatever, using it, by putting on the head, you say, it is given to me by Bhagavan, through which he is acknowledging my prayer, he is blessing me. Again and again, when we do, what will happen? Two things happen. One, his blessings we accept, understand. Second is, we understand everything as his blessing. Thereafter, you will not have any complaint regarding any situation we are placed. At that time, the meaning of महलों में राखे चाहे झोपड़ी दे में वास दे, that will understand. भगवान will keep me in the महल में, कभी झोपड़ी में रखते हैं. Both are his blessings to me for my own evolution. Once that maturity comes, then you will, wherever you are at ease and please. Else, what do we say? Because of our likings, and we are placed in a place that which is not liked by us, then we pray to God. We tell to the God, तुमने ऐसे कैसे जगह पे रखा मुझे? तुम कुछ भी कहो ऐसे कैसे जगह में क्यों रखा? भगवान वहीं रखेंगे. Because that is what is for our evolution required. But when I don't do this type of prasada buddhi every day, I will always have complaint for whatever God gives, whether it is children or wife or the city where you stay. Everything is complaint box. But when you do this practice for a few months or years, keep taking the shesham while saying so, thinking that through this Bhagavan is answering my prayers, he is giving me what I deserve. Slowly the mind will settle that जहाँ भगवान ने मुझे रखा वो उन्हीं की कृपा है वो मेरा evolution के लिए है. Then the thought is how best that situation has to be used for my sadhana. Once I start using the situation given to me for sadhana, everywhere I am sadhaka. Every moment is an opportunity. All the time I am in putting efforts and growing. So this shesham, iti shesham maya dattam का अर्थ है. Shesha means take the all those of flower, etc. Then Shirasi Adhaya, putting it on the head. What is the putting it on the head? Oh Lord, now you will work to me through my Guru and all of them, Shastra. I am taking your orders as by head. Taking your orders on my head or taking your blessings on my head. सर पे लगाना मतलब सबसे ज़्यादा importance देना. So that prasadam we take, put on our head and feel that fulfillment. Through that prasadam, we can feel. Prasadam means that leaf, etc. That Bhagavan is putting his abhaya hastam on our shiraha or sarpe. Like that, consciously every day we have. It's all in the mind. Mind never did this practice. Therefore, it never keeps my Lord in the life as priority. Through this pujas, the mind is trained. What is final training? Wherever I am placed is by the God. Whatever I am to do at that place is for my own evolution told by the Lord. Doing all that as it has to be done is my duty. Having done it, offering it to the God is again my duty. When I do that, He will be pleased to bless me. In this clarity, when we live every day, we see we can evolve. We are evolving. Okay, Shesham Maya Dattam Sharasi Adaya Dekho Sadaram. That pushpa, what that pujari gives at the end of puja, whatever he gives, so you take it with all the other. बहुत सारा भरपूर उसको रेस्पेक्ट रेवरेंशियल उधर रख बाद में लेता हूँ ऐसे नहीं करना. You know, in that Satyanarayana Vratam wala katha, when they neglected that prasadam, then दोनों के वो जहाज डूब गए कि नहीं? When she ran to the ocean, not taking the prasadam, they almost drowned only. Then somebody told, she comes, the daughter-in-law or mother-in-law, no, Satyavati क्या नाम था उनका जो भी, they take prasadam, again they are safe. कुछ लोग क्या ना सब करते हैं प्रसाद के टाइम भाग जाते हैं. That is not correct. That is a sign of your ego, carelessness, incompleteness in upasana. कहीं भी हमको अपने अहंकार, अपने मन के जो लाइक डिसलाइक को ना ओवर पावर करने नहीं देना. मन और मन के इन राग द्वेष और अहंकार इनको जीतना ही साधना है. याद रखना हमेशा. नौ कम्स वाट शिरो मत्पादयो कृत्या हो गया. इति शेषाम मया दत्ताम शिरसि आदाय साधनम. Okay, in that pushpa, all of them are put on the head. If it is a tirtham, you take drink it. If it is a prasadam, you eat. If it is a bhasma, because the yajnam also done, you apply it. If he says shesham shirase adhaya, we should add all the things. Okay, यज्ञ किया तो भस्म मिलेगा प्रसाद में, यहाँ रखो. फिर वह पूजा में आपको कोई प्रसाद देते हैं, ले लो खाओ. यू कांट टेक द नारियल एंड पुट ऑन द हेड. भगवान ने कहा जो भी दिया जाता है सर पे लगाओ. तो कोई भी प्रसाद आज से कहीं भी मिल रहा है सर पे लगा रहे. डोंट डू दैट. Some people do that. And sometimes some Pandit ji say, I have not gone into those symbolism, that जो तीर्थ से करना वो सर पे लगाना भी पाप है वगैरह कुछ कहते. I don't know, I don't much go into those detail. तीर्थ में तो पी लो, प्रसाद में तो खा लो, कोई तुलसी पत्र है तो वो भी खा लो, दूसरा पुष्प है तो उसको सर पे कान पे लगा लो, आघ्राण करके. ये जो भस्म है तो मुंड में लगा दो. But in and through bhavana, Bhagavan has received my upasana and he is blessing me with my prayer. And I asked for what? Bhitam mrityu graharnamat, Hey Isha, Mam Pahi Tvam Prapannam. So this is what in Gita also. Shishyasteham Shadi Mam Tvam Prapannam. Yesterday I quoted to you from Vivek Chudamani. Bhitam Prapannam Pahi Mrityo Sharanyamanyadhyadaham Najane. In the same way, in Gajendra Moksha, Narayana, Akila Kiro, Bhagavan Namaste. So to Kunti Devi also says, Yogeshwara, Akila Guru, Bhagavan Namaste. So to the Draupadi ji, she also prays. Every one of them prayed to God and he came and blessed. इतना करके भगवान है हमें रक्षा करेंगे ऐसा भाव दृढ़ होता जाना. हो गया. नाउ कम टू नेक्स्ट वन. उद्वासयेत चेत उद्वास्यम. If that Upasya Murti is the one in which the Bhagavan's Udvasana has to be done, that is the Chala Murti, which we discussed in the beginning only, then do the Udvasana. How to do all this every step? Tomorrow we are going to study for more than 1 hour. If tomorrow it text हो गया तो कल या तो परसों. मेरे को कोई जल्दी नहीं है, जैसा भगवान चाहते हैं वैसा होगा. So you put your hand on that vigraha and just move it and say, Hey Bhagavan, be happy with my puja done, bless me what I want, and please go back to the place from where you came, so that when I invite you again tomorrow, please come. Like that, Udvayasayami Devesham Kshemaya Punaragamanaya Cha. I am sending the Lord back from where he came, Kshemaya, for him to continue, and Punaragamanaya, again tomorrow I will invite for the puja. In this way, Udvasayat Chet Udva. Prana Pratishtha wala hai, you need not do Udvasana, you just come and involve in your work. Throughout the day, some Upasana, some Nitya Archanas are done, Deeparadhana is done. Bhagavan is there, but busily you will take care of the whole Brahmanda. From there, ये सब होता रहता है. Then comes the next one. बहुत important श्लोक यहाँ से. These are the few simple looking but clearing some of our doubts, superficial doubts. To make use of all this knowledge given by Krishna. He says, Archadishu yada yatra shraddha mam tatra charchayet sarvabhuteshu atmanicha sarvatmaham avastitaha. Now this is again a shloka which needs to be explained for at least half an hour. अब उतना तो नहीं बताऊंगा, धीरे सुनना. फर्स्ट पॉइंट, अर्चादिशु means among those 7 things in the beginning which are told to be taken for the upasana alambana. Is it not? All the 7 things, remember, is a brahman हो सकता है, सूर्य हो सकता है, पानी हो सकता है, गोमाता हो सकता है, अर्चा मूर्ति हो सकता है, अग्नि हो सकता है. Remember all those 7 things? Long back, sometime we studied. What is that? Archayam, that is Murti, Standile, the earth, Agnau, fire, Surya, on Surya, Apsu, water, Hradi in your own heart, and Dvijaya Brahmana. Now listen. He says, Archadishu yada yatra shraddha. In among them, in whatever you have shraddha, the shraddha is important. To whom you are doing is secondary. So focus your attention on the shraddha. There are 2 ways. One, in whatever you have shraddha, you take up that for your alambana, or the whatever alambana you get it by maybe your own kula, the vamsha achara, by your tradition, or given to you by your guru. Towards that you develop shraddha. जिस पे श्रद्धा है उसको ले लो, और जो दिया गया उसके ऊपर श्रद्धा बढ़ाओ. इन बोथ केसेस, what is important primarily is your shraddha in any of the 7. And again, out of those 7, if it is an archa murti, out of 8 material, whatever you are able to do it, your convenience, you do it. They are all though important, but more important is shraddha. Therefore, what is a very crucial thought here? Your shraddha you observe. Don't get carried away by what others are doing. Even if you are inspired by doing what others are doing, but focus on your shraddha. There should be no comparison with others, no competition with others. There can be a learning from others, inspiration from others. That's it. आपको इसलिए गीता में ये था, मां प्रपद्यन्ते तान तथा एव भजाम्यहम, और यो श्रद्धा स एव सहा. In all the adhyatmika sadhana, shraddha is important. Therefore, अर्चादिशु यदा यत्र श्रद्धा, आपको जिस पे श्रद्धा है, माम तत्र च अर्चयेत, प्लीज डू अर्चना ऑफ माइन थ्रू दैट पर्टिकुलर अर्चा मूर्ति. श्रद्धा देखो. In that meaning, there are many. I'm not detailedly explaining to you all because it's become too heavy load. Some other life, when we are too involved only in Bhagavata Shravana, at that time we discuss all those deeper detail. Abhi, over. By virtue of some reasons, we may are given of this or that Archa Murti. Like you go with your guru to Chardham Yatra, Kahimi. So he has taken us to any Prayaga, any of the conflagration of the 2 rivers, whatever the English word, confluence. So there, you don't say, Mera Murti to घर में है भगवान का. Guru says, Vaya, this is what the Sangamam, this itself is Bhagavan. Immediately accept it and bring the same Shraddha which you had at home towards your idol. Your condition should be the Shraddha, not the Murti. That is the point. If that is the case, whichever the Murti comes in front of us, by our choice or any choice, we are able to do Upasana because we have learned the art of having Shraddha. नहीं, कहीं आपको अग्नि, कहीं सूर्य भगवान का, कहीं और कहीं करने को मजबूरी होता है. मजबूरी is a negative word in this sense, but still I'm using. So when you do it with same Shraddha. Like you are a Shiva Bhakta staunch, but suddenly you are called for a Vishnu Mandiram. हम क्या है, मेरे शिव तो है ही नहीं इधर, इसलिए मैं सुनूंगा ही नहीं, सो जाऊंगा. No, same Shraddha which you have for Shiva should have for Vishnu also. Here Shraddha is important. All Bhagavan the Eke finally. Bhagavan is stressing here the importance of Shraddha. Same time, Don't fight for the outer rupas. Don't compare. Don't compete. Don't get demoralized. So, archadishu yada yatra shraddha mam tatra cha archayet. You do my archana like that. Okay. Now the second line is most important. If the second line is not known or understood and practiced, even the big, great pujaris who are doing puja, even the big temples writing from the Badrinath, Tirupati Balaji, traditionally from hundreds of years, even they are also incomplete if the second line is not understood. I'm not saying they are wrong or bad, they are incomplete. For the matter, any pujari in the universe of the globe, anybody in how much or big way is doing upasanas, pujas, if the second line is not understood by him and kept in the heart, he has not fully matured in his puja. And who is saying all that? I am not saying. भगवान कृष्ण. और उससे बढ़कर और कोई अथॉरिटी हो सकते हैं हमको. Okay, now what is the thought? Be careful. He says, Sarva Bhuteshu Atmanicha Sarva Atma Aham Avastita. You are doing with Shraddha my puja only, with whatever the Archa Murti coming in front. तुमने चुना हो या तुम्हारे पास रखा हो, you are doing puja. You are doing puja to me. You are doing puja to me with full Shraddha. And which is that me? To whom you are doing puja? Though it is Rama and Krishna Rupa you have taken, Rama Stotra only you did, Krishna Stotra only you did Rama Katha, Krishna Gada only. You did all bhajana related to them only. All that is good. But final conclusion is this कि the पूजा जिस भगवान के लिए आपने किया वो कौन है? सर्वभूतेषु सब में है. आत्मनि आपके भी अंदर है और सब के अंदर आत्मा के रूप में भगवान ही है. सर्वभूतेषु च आत्मनि च सर्वात्मा हम अवस्थितः. I am that Lord who is the self in all beings. To him I am doing puja. If this thought is not shared toward the end, then the pujari is not completed his upas. He doesn't know completely. That's why in all Suprabhatams or any of the stotra, towards the end, Parasmai Brahmane Purna Kamaya Paramatmane Prayunje Paratatvaya Venkateshaya Mangalam. And then Sri Ramji ka bhi aap Mangala. Ant mein, what he said, some of the other sentences in which he is still told to be that supreme truth or reality, who is the self of all. And the self of all is the Brahma Tattva. And the Brahma Tattva is Sat Chit Ananda. This anyway in the morning classes, every day we are listening. And that Brahma Tattva is our ultimate goal to merge with. And this Rama Krishna Upasana we have done to pull us out of the samsara mrityu and also direct us toward the truth. And when we recognize that, the Upasya Devata, me, the Upasaka, all of that is Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Veda Vibhagane. It is one truth alone that is realized. Therefore is understood Sarva Bhuteshu Atmanicha Sarva Atma Aham Avastita. और भगवान आपके अंदर भी है. ओके, सब बीइंग्स में भी है, सबके आत्मा के रूप में है. एट ए हायर लेवल सब कुछ उनके अंदर है. This is the main thought. Everything is in him. Like all waves are in the ocean. All the ocean's rivers are in the water. All ornaments are in the gold. All pots are in the mud. So too all beings are in the Paramatma. And in every being again Paramatma is there. As what the Atma of him. Why? Because that Paramatma is removed. That thing even doesn't exist only. So as that pure conscious existence, Bhagavan is there in everything or substratum. Him whom we on the seat of meditation realize, to become qualified for that meditation realization, to get all these sufficient abilities, these upasanas we are doing. So in these upasanas, therefore in the Falashruti, भगवान सारे दुख कष्टों को दूर करो, सारे सुख शांतियों को दे दो, ये सारे अविद्या ज्ञानों को मिटा दो, सारे पाप धर्म को निकाल दो, सारे पुण्य धर्म मेरे से कराओ, इन सबके द्वारा अंतकरण को शुद्ध सात्विक बनाओ. फिर प्लीज क्रिएट जिज्ञासा इन मी टू नो द ट्रुथ. प्लीज fulfill that jignasa by sending me to a guru and let me surrender to him. Let me do the study of Upanishads thoroughly, and the Upanishad Vedya Brahma Tattva Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam Parame Vyoman. Oh Lord, may we achieve that one. In this way, knowingly when we do pranam or namaskar or prarthana, ये तो और भी बढ़िया होगा, और बढ़िया. And we are anyway going to study that in our Upanishads class. Okay, any doubt now? Either Rama or Krishna, ultimately वो तो that परब्रह्म है जो सबकी आत्मा है, जो सब में है, जिसमें सब कुछ है. And everything God is in, and in everything in God everybody is there. These things are sorted out only on the deep meditation and contemplation, preceded by the Shravana of the Vedanta Tattva for a long time, of which you and I are introduced every day. We are all pushed in that. Whether it is Isha Kena Kata Prashna Munda Mandukya, whether now we are studying Taittiriya. उपनिषद वेद्य ही पर ब्रह्म, अन्यथा उनके बारे में किसी को पता भी नहीं होता. And Upanishad Ukta mantra and Bhashyakara Ukta Vicharana, through that we slowly come to apprehend the truth reality first intellectually, thereafter in the contemplative seat, we transcend all that which is seen, drashta drishya, सारा पार करके दृक् स्वरूप आत्मा का अनुभव हम ध्यान में करें. And that alone is the final liberation. This is the answer for what we prayed. Bhitam mrityu-graharnavat mami prapannam pahi mamish. And you and I, final thought of the day, when Bhagavan is giving this chance of knowing the truth, in the beginning it is doubtful, it is vague, it is hesitating, it is confusing, it is frightening, because we may feel we may have to leave the sukha bhoga of the world. सबको ऐसा ही होता है. लेकिन बड़ा सा इंजेक्शन देखा तो सबको पहले डर लगता है. उसको कम करके इंजेक्शन लो क्योंकि जरूरी है. Then you are freed from, or you are given that vaccine, you are saved from the corona. So to anybody when he comes in the beginning to study Brahma Vidya, everyone will have a fear that they'll have to give up all the Rupanama Jagat. That slowly you have to eliminate. Give a chance to the Guru, to all the explanations. Guru sees to is that the joy is in the Nirguna Parabrahma only. First recognize that, then play the play of Saguna, who says not, if you want. पहले उधर उसको पकड़ो, मुक्त हो जाओ. So all that assurance he gives. But before that, everybody will have fear. First, especially for you and me. Slowly, by every day's Upanishad study, are we coming out of those fears and hesitations? We have to observe. Along with that, the desire in us to recognize that unseeable, untalkable truth. Is it becoming stronger? यतो वाचो निवर्तन्ते अप्राप्य मनसा सहा. वो परमात्मा तत्व जहाँ वाणी मन पहुँच नहीं सकता, उसे मुझे अनुभव करना है. If it is becoming stronger, then your study, your listening is really going in right direction. That's the final. So, Sarvabhuteshu Atmani Sarvatmaham Avastitaha. To me, you are doing Upasana through this Murti or Rupanama. In that, give importance to me, Archana to me. Final goal is to recognize me. All are secondary. Don't get carried away by the outer different forms and get lost there. And importantly, इससे क्या है? You have liked some murti and you are doing upasana to that. Others are doing other. Don't insult them. Don't belittle them. जिसको जो श्रद्धा है उसको. यो ये श्रद्धा सएव सह. सतया सी गीता में क्लियरली कहते हैं, यो यो याम याम तनुम. जिस रूप को भक्त लोग, भक्तः श्रद्धया अर्चितुम इच्छति, श्रद्धा से अर्चना करना चाहता है. तस्य तस्य, टू दैट दैट फेलो, अचलाम श्रद्धाम तामेव, दैट श्रद्धा अहम विददामि, मैं ही देता हूँ. सह, दैट पर्सन, तया श्रद्धया युक्तः, विद दैट श्रद्धा, सतया तस्य आराधनमिहते, he does the आराधना of that मूर्ति. But लभते च ततः कामान, then he will get the desires fulfilled. By whom? Maya eva vetan hitan. I only give results. In our perception, the gods may be many because the Rupa Nama, but from the God standpoint, they are not two. वो एक ही है, इसलिए एक ही भगवान फल देते. भगवान clearly said like that. यो यो याम याम तनुम भक्तः श्रद्धया अर्चितुमिच्छति तस्य तस्यासनां श्रद्धां तामेव विददाम्यहम्. सह तया श्रद्धया युक्तः तस्य आराधनम् इहते लभते च तथा कामान मया एव विहितान् हितान्. See, मैं ही देता हूँ. But there one more shloka, if I don't tell, it's not complete. And what I said here is exactly said there. Bhagavan says, in this way, to any form you worship and you get the results, whatever you want, given by me only. But there is a condition, problem. What is that? Antavattu phalam tesham tadbhavati alpamedasa. All the phala which you seek other than me, the truth, they are all endful. Khatam ho jayenge ek din. They are all alpamedasa. Doing such a great upasana to such a great God who can give mukti. Instead of asking me for mukti, he is asking to give bandhanam. So his mind is alpamedas only. That's why antavattu phalam tesham tad bhavati alpamedasam. That's why the two things, Devan Devajo yanti, Mad Bhakta yanti mamapi. Those who do the upasana of devatas for various results, they get that. Those who do my upasana to reach me, they reach me. These are all shlokas in 7th and 8th chapter Gita. Same here. Okay. Sarvabhuteshu Atmanicha Sarvatma Aham Avastitaha. Now the beautiful shloka 49. He says, Evam, in this way, Kriya Yoga Pathaihi, with the three Pata Marga of Kriya Yoga. What are the three? Tantrika, Vaidika, and Mishra. Kriya Yoga Pataihi, Puman. Purushartha, Karnyaka, Samarthiko, Sadvinyog Karne wala. And what are the Kriya Yogapata? Vaidika Tantrikaihi. Archan. When he does my Archana, Ubhayataha Siddhim Mattaha Vindati Abhipsita. He will get from me his own, his Abhipsha, his desired Siddhi. Ubhayam, both. One is all the material gains, comforts also he gets. That's called Ahika Mushmika, that is Abhyudayam. He also gets the other result of the Nishreyasam, the Moksham also. तो दिस इज हाउ इट स्टार्टेड. दैट इज व्हाट उद्धव सेड कि आपका उपासना करने से सब मिलेगा. ये मैंने सुना. नारद जी सेड, व्यास जी सेड, but you only told to Brahmadeva, Brahma told his children like Bhrugu Adi, Bhagavan Shiva also told Parvati. So he started all that. You remember? Here he says, Bhagavan himself, definitely the both siddhis you get. And we need both. Moksha to ene chahiye hi. While doing that sadhana moksha, all things, why should they be inconvenient? Like why I'm giving you satsanga, why should I have disease is a problem? Lord, you remove that so that I can be good instrument to you. So in this way, when I do upasana, you will see that nirvignata, say the sharir remains as long as possible, then we can do program. In that same way, everybody can have comforts in the worldly level, not to become slave to them, but to be able to do the other spiritual sadhana perfectly. And one or two more thoughts in this. Tomorrow we'll share this. Then from the next one, 51 to 54 shlokas, 53. These four shlokas में the theme of the need of the mandira sthapana in the society and sponsoring those things to have continuous puja and the beautiful phala. If we really become cause of establishing some temples or cause of regular pujas in the established or established temples, what a beautiful results Bhagavan promises. It is very wonderful. In the last two shlokas, anything belonging to the Lord or the Upasakas, including the Brahmanas, Pujaris, Sadhus, and if you take away, then you go to the Naraka and you will enter into that septic tank for 10,000 lives. It is written there. कि वर्षाणाम अयुतायुतम वृत्तिम सजायते विटभुक. विट को खाने वाला ऐसा कीड़ा मकोड़ा बनेगा 10,000 जन्म. नहीं 10,000 नहीं, अयुत इज 10,000. 10,000 को और 10,000 से मल्टीप्लाई करो तो 8 zeros आफ्टर 1. एक 10,000 में 4 होते हैं तो और 4 लगा. उतना काल ही विल बिकम ए कीड़ा. इफ यू टेक एनी प्रॉपर्टी belonging to brahmanas or the temples. Bhagavan is all that tomorrow we will see. Then one more day to thoroughly see the other aspect of our Shodashopchara Puja. Thank you, Sarvam. Narayana Arpanam. Now we will study our Adhyatma Ramayanam for some time. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Bolo Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan Ki Jai. Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you. Don't run away. My dear